Hey guys, welcome back to the Work from Homesteader. I've had a lot of questions on our move, and I figured I would kind of clean up our kitchen and answer some of them for you. And so just kind of help me put my house to bed and let's answer some questions. I also have some sourdough that's going to be going in the oven here soon. And we'll hopefully see that at the end. It's some cinnamon brown sugar, and it is has been the best bread I've made in a while. So, but okay, biggest question that I have seen everyone ask is where did you move and did you buy a homestead? And the answer is yes, I did. We bought a 40-acre homestead in northern Wisconsin, and I am so excited about it. If you know me in person, you know that we have been looking for a very long time for a piece of land and property that we could afford in our budget, and that kind of fit all of the things that we wanted. So I am super excited about it. We moved the day before Thanksgiving, which was a wild adventure in itself, trying to get everything packed up, which it's like if you've ever moved kids, it's like you think that you've gotten rid of all of your things, like you think you're a minimalist person, and then you try and move a 4-bedroom house and you find out you sure aren't a minimalist person. And so that was humbling for sure. We got I think like a 28-foot truck, and we had to donate or sell like a pretty good amount of things because we just did not have room to take it, and we weren't about to make multiple trips because we're moving 5 hours away, and like just ain't nobody got time for that with 2 kids, 2 and under, and 3 dogs. That's for sure. So we moved, and it was just like it was so much, but we've kind of had like a month or so to settle in. It has been so wonderful here. We bought 40 acres. Most of it is wooded. I would say about like 1 to 2 acres is, either open or like developed area. So we have a large garden that's already been established here, which is really nice. There'll be some raised beds, and then there's some like tilled land or tilled garden area, so we can plant directly into the earth. And then it all is encompassed by a like wired fence or like a shock fence or whatever, however we call it, which is really nice. So it'll help keep the pests away. We'll have a lot of wildlife up here, so I think it's going to be super necessary. There are some apple trees here. I saw that there was raspberry bushes. I think some of the stuff we won't be able to really discover until spring, which will be a fun, exciting surprise to see kind of what pops up. That's a perennial. But yeah, we are super excited to be here. We feel super fortunate that we found this place. We put in an offer on another place that was in a different area, probably like a couple months ago, and we didn't get it. We were outbid by an all-cash offer, which is like, how can you compete with that? And so it just kind of feels like God has His plan for us, and that what we got is like what is meant to be. And I always kind of feel that way, like with the house that we bought before this. It just really worked out that way too. There was other houses that we had put offers on. It was when the market was just like super wild, and we didn't get it. And it was like just such a blessing because we ended up going to a different area where like we wouldn't have been able to keep the jobs that we landed because it would have been too far, and just like everything kind of worked out really well. So once it's not like -5 degrees out like it is today, I will give you guys a really awesome homestead tour of all of the outside and everything, because there's some really cool stuff, and I think you guys will be excited to see it. Another question I got was, is this part of your long-term plan to stay home? And I'm happy to answer that is a yes. So this week is actually going to be my last full week of work, which is super exciting. So after that, I'm going to go to part-time until April to help train whoever is taking over from me. Look at this thing on here. To help train whoever is taking over for me. So I've been at the company for quite a few years. So I just felt like it was the right thing to do to give them like a long notice. And so far they've been happy to kind of to do that sort of like long offboarding. And so I'll be working remotely for them until about April timeframe, which is a perfect time to start getting everything ready for the garden. I will say though, you know, while this home, like moving here, definitely is part of our long-term plan and everything, I wouldn't say it's the main reason that, you know, we're jumping off into me staying home. My husband will be deployed for a long period of time into a combat zone. And so that's just something that, like, me staying home, keeping the kids as, you know, consistent schedule and routine and having me here the whole time, we just felt like that would be the best transition for that period of time. And so my bread's ready to go in. So I probably won't talk about it that much more just because it's kind of hard to talk about sometimes because it makes me kind of sad. But I am really proud of him and his service. Just makes me sad that he will be gone. So, and plus I just kind of I won't be giving details on anything just to kind of keep him safe. And, you know, OPSEC and all that stuff. So, but I am really excited to stay home with the kids and have more time with them and do really fun activities. So that will be a huge kind of change for all of us. Although, like, I mean, they've been here while I've been working from home. We just usually have someone helping while I'm working. So I'm obviously working and not necessarily always spending time with them. So that will be a really fun change and update, life update. One of the other questions that I get a lot are, do we plan to homeschool? And yes, we do plan to homeschool. We're quite a few years off from homeschooling time frame for our kids, but we do plan on doing that. And that's another huge reason that we moved up here, is because we just feel like there's a lot of opportunities for them to get involved in things like 4-H, have a lot of opportunities on our homestead to kind of learn and get skills and just kind of have those like hands-on opportunities. And so that's a huge reason that we moved up here too, is just kind of to get set up for that. Like I said, we've been looking for a really long time to get up here. And we are kind of actually like far from family. I don't think I mentioned that. Our closest family is actually about like 2.5 hours away. And that's my aunt, and my mom will be moving there when she retires. So we'll have family a little bit closer, but that will be our closest family, which definitely is going to be it's going to be adjustment. Obviously, when we were in Georgia, we got a little used to not having family super close by, but my in-laws were only like 6 hours away there. So they came up a few times. So it'll be just a little bit different of an adjustment. But with me staying home, hopefully it'll be a little bit easier to not always have that like additional care and help, because I will be staying home with them more. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how the adjustment goes there. I think that's better. So I think the adjustment will be different, and it definitely is hard for me not to have my family really close by. I call my mom like 2 times a week usually, but I think once I'm staying home, once she's retired, we'll have a lot more opportunities to kind of like go see each other, hang out, do things together, go thrifting, all of that fun stuff. So also, let me know in the comments, are you someone who cleans out? Are you someone that cleans out all of your dishes before you put them in, or do you just kind of like put them in how they are? This is definitely a sore subject for my husband and I. He is someone who like pretty much washes the dishes before they even go in the dishwasher, which to me is like, okay, well, let's just dry them and put them in, put them back in the cabinet. However, I don't know. I'm probably like somewhere in the middle ground now, but I don't know. I just feel like, what's a dishwasher for if it's not going to wash your dishes? You know what I mean? So, also, are you good at organizing it? I am not good at organizing it. My husband is very good. He grew up of the youngest of 4, and so like he always tells me how to play like Tetris, getting all of the dishes in the dishwasher. And so he got really good at it, and his whole family is actually like very good at putting things in the dishwasher. I always feel like so intimidated at family get-togethers how good they are at putting dishes away. So maybe it'll be a skill I'll develop. Maybe it'll just be who I am, which is probably the latter. I think probably the last biggest life update that we have is that we joined a church up here. We joined an Eastern Orthodox church, and so far we really liked it. I grew up religious and in the Christian faith. My husband didn't really have a lot of like church background growing up, but definitely in the last year or so, we've really felt the call to like join a church, come back to God, and really kind of just like live a strong Christian lifestyle. And I think this move was just kind of like the catalyst to finally make that happen. Obviously, if you're following me a while, we've done 3 really big moves in the last year and had a baby. So it's been a very busy year for us, and this kind of feels finally like, okay, things are calming down. It feels like a good time to kind of make that step, and now we're kind of in a permanent place too. So people here have been so amazing, so kind. I feel so grateful that we have found this church, and it's just really made us kind of feel at home here. And I'm just really excited to kind of dive deeper into our faith and learn more. And so I don't know. That's kind of my main things. If you have anything that I didn't answer, just drop them in the comments below. I'll do another Q&A, or I'll answer them in the chat. If you learned something new or have something in common, let me know too. I do put new videos out every week if this is the first video that you found me on. And I do a lot of cooking content. I'm really doing a lot more homesteading content, as my YouTube name implies, the work from homesteader. Thank you so much for joining me as I clean my kitchen. I still have a lot of work to do, so we're going to go ahead and get started. We're finished with that. So I will see you guys all next week. Thanks so much for joining. And don't forget, if you liked this content or you like any of the other content on my channel, don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell, and share with your friends. It always helps kind of grow the channel and helps me support my family.